up? This is a new podcast called Tits and Giggles, and my name is the Black Rogue.
And I'm Spencer.
Alrighty. So welcome everyone to the new experience. So do you want to tell the people why we started this podcast?
We both had our separate podcasts and they did not work out. For me, it was something that I wanted to do more than others. I got people together and I feel like they didn't want it as bad as I did. They didn't want to do it as bad as I did, which is understandable because I'm the one who brought everybody together and they was just kind of like, yeah, we'll do it with you. With this podcast stuff, it's a lot, and I was doing a lot of all the topics, the editing, trying to get people like together on time. We all lived in different places, so we're in different time zones. Some people have kids, some don't. Some people go to work at different times, get off at times, time zones, all that stuff like that. So it was hard to get everybody together for me. So I was doing like 6 o'clock at first, my time, and then people wouldn't started coming till like 7. So then I
Mm,
pushed the time back to 7, and then people wasn't starting to come until like 8. So then I pushed the time back to 8. People wasn't starting to come in till like 9. So I was seeing that it was more of a choice because
right.
every time I adjusted the time to try to meet everybody's needs, it was still the same thing. So I went from 6, pushing it back to 7 to 8 and then to 9. And I'm not pushing it back any further than 9 because we used to stay on for like 4 or 5 hours at a time. And
Hell no. That's too
yeah,
long.
yeah, we used to be on for a long time and it'd be like 2, 3 in the morning and stuff like that. So that was one of my issues with like gathering people. We was all in the group chat together, and the whole time I'm like, "Yo, we doing this on Friday all the time?" And it was always, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," all the way up until that time, and then it was like, "Oh, I can't do it," or "I'm gonna be on late," and it was just always something. Also, I was asking people to come up with topics throughout the week, like if you see anything on Facebook, any current news, shade room, anything that you feel like can be a conversation, put in the chat, and then we could talk about it on Friday. Nobody would do that. So I'm trying
Mm,
to do all the topics myself, and then I'll bring up a topic, and oh, who chose this topic and complain? I did because nobody else is
right.
helping me. What
Mm.
topic did you have? None. Okay, so why are you complaining? Why are you talking? So that was a thing. Um, it was a lot of little things. People had like ego issues. We had some people who like to dominate the conversation and not let other people talk. Um, it was a lot. And then I just was like, I don't feel like the same energy is being put in that I'm put in. Because at the same time,
Mm,
too, I have to edit it.
right.
And I'm watching back 5 hours of playback and that's a lot. And I was pretty much doing everything. Then I didn't want to do it. Then people started getting mad, being disrespectful. How you gonna cancel this and not tell us? And it's been stuff that I've been complaining about for a while. So I
Are
don't
you
even,
still friends with these people?
I'm friends with some of them. Some of them got real disrespectful. Uh
Ooh.
yeah, I'm not friends with all of them.
Like disrespectful, like y'all was about to fight, or cussing you out
We
disrespectful?
could have fought if we was in the same place, but yeah, cussing me out.
Oh Lord, over a podcast?
Yeah, niggas calling you bitch and shit like that.
Ooh.
Talk about I'm being a bitch and I'm being a crybaby and stuff like that, just because I don't want to put the energy in it
Mm,
into them anymore. And I've really felt like I just needed to do it with people who wanted to do it as bad as me. And
right.
they're like saying why you didn't pass it off to somebody else so we could still do it and we don't need you. And then they say stuff like, oh, well, this person has Zoom, so we can just do it with him because he said he got Zoom. And I'm just like, so if y'all could do it with him, why couldn't y'all do it with me?
Right.
Like,
So did they start a podcast after you or no?
no, they didn't because they not putting in the work or energy to do all that I was doing. And then two of them did try to do it, and I ain't even asked them about, what happened with that because it's a lot. They was
Mm-hmm.
doing it. They did a couple, like maybe 4 or 5 episodes or something, but I ain't even seen them post or say anything about that. They realized it was harder than they thought. They was asking me to edit videos. He was like, "Yo, I was trying to edit them, and I don't know what you be doing, but so they was paying me to edit their
Oh,
videos."
well, that's a little hustle though. At least they
Yeah, yeah.
that's a
So I
little
don't even know what happened with that. I remember one time we was on Zoom like this, but we hadn't started yet, and we still waiting for people. So I said I was gonna run out real quick, and I'll be right back. And I had 2 people in there, and so I turned my camera off, and then they started talking about me.
Oh Lord. These are the
Yeah,
guys
one
or
was it was
girls?
it was a girl and a guy.
Oh,
And I'm
niggas be
like,
acting like women.
I was like, damn. And so then I start sitting there and I'm just listening. I didn't even leave. I didn't end up even leaving. And they didn't know I knew until I brought it up way later. I think this was probably around the time when I was saying I was done and everything was coming out and certain people were saying stuff. And I'm just like, I heard y'all talking and saying this and that about me, and they try to deny it. And I was like, oh, that's crazy because y'all know I'm a motherfucker who records everything, and y'all think that I didn't record any of it. So,
Mm.
and people was trying, oh, I only said this, and are you sure that you only said that? Are you sure? Because I have
Oh,
a video.
okay, lawyer. All
Yeah, I
right.
have a video that says otherwise.
Oh Lord. Oh, I need to watch what I say around your ass.
Yeah, like, I don't know. People know I record everything. I've always been somebody who likes to make content, record stuff and stuff like that. And people know that, and they knew that. And it's like, damn, y'all don't even know if I'm going for real or when I
Right.
come back. And y'all know I'm on here with y'all. And y'all just, yeah, he be complaining, and I gave him a topic, and he ain't even,
Podcast drama, y'all. People
yeah,
don't
like,
really know about the podcast drama out here. Like
that's
a
what
lot of y'all podcasters out, well, the people that watch podcasters, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the doors.
there'd be a lot of podcasts I watch, and there's a lot of podcasts that I watch that is no longer around, like big popping ones, because the
The
people,
drama with the people that they
yeah,
working with,
niggas get
especially with the egos.
the egos,
Mhm.
and then when money get involved and stuff like that, then it get crazier. Like depending on how
Mhm.
big the podcast is, people doing their part and stuff like that. And I,
Especially doing a part. So that's
yeah,
what happened with me too. Like, so we started a podcast together. I mean, I remember you hitting me up about a podcast. I used to have a podcast called Grits in the City podcast. I was doing that for like a couple of years. So when we first started a podcast, it was 4 of us. It was like girls from all over places in the South. And eventually, like people started dropping like flies. Like we were Destiny Child. Like we Latoya and Latavia left, and then it was Beyonce and Kelly, and I was Beyonce. I don't care what nobody said. So it was me and one other girl. So when we first started the podcast, no one knew how to edit, no one knew how to do anything. But I worked in advertising, so I would ask people at my job, "Oh, how do I video edit?" And they would teach me. And then on top of that, I would go on YouTube. When I tell you none of the other girls even tried, like none of the other girls even tried to do like any of this stuff. And like even with the social media stuff, and I understand not everyone is social media savvy, but none of the other girls even tried. Like, and like I had to like literally tell them, hey, I'm drowning and I'm doing all this work. No one else is doing it or whatever. So they would chip in from time to time. And then one girl, she felt like she didn't like the way they were moving because we signed the LLC when we first started. Did y'all sign any type of contracts when y'all first started y'all podcast?
no, we didn't.
So we had like a LLC. Well, 2 of the girls from the podcast, they left and got an LLC under their name, and they put us as like managing partners. And in the contract, everything was split like equally. So one of the other girls didn't like that. She didn't like the fact that she was like, "Why would y'all go and get the LLC, put everything underneath y'all name, and not put anything underneath our name? Like, I don't like how this business is moving. It just seems shifty." So she chunked up the deuces and she left. She was from Atlanta. So then
Mhm.
it was 3 of us. So 3 of us, we were doing good, but it was like one girl and the other girl. They will always argue with each other. Like when we used like over different topics, because one of the girls was just like, she has a strong personality. Well, both of them kind of have strong personalities, but it's just like they wasn't meshing and vibing. So one of the girls got married. She met a little boo. So like she wasn't so focused on the podcast, and on top of that, she probably didn't like the other girl. So she left the podcast. So it was me and this other girl left. And we didn't know each other like that. Like none of us knew each other. We just knew of each other. Like we weren't like best friends and wasn't close friends until, you know, one of the girls got us all together. So basically, it was two of me and this other girl, and like she was cool. I like she was fun, like so like she was fun to work with, and she was very passionate about the podcast. Like she came up with the name of the podcast to begin with, and I was just the person that basically branded everything. Like I created the whole brand. I'm the one that I feel like I brought a lot of views, listeners, because of my HBCU and because of my personality. I was a little ratchet back then when we first started it. We used to do fun photo shoots. But with this particular girl, it was just like she didn't have that. Like, I guess what you were saying, like, you know, like she wasn't fully helping. Like she would help with like, you know, come up with topics and sending stuff, but she wasn't like proactive. Like I'm a very proactive person, and I'm the type of person like if I don't know how to do something, I'm going to teach myself how to do something. I would literally have to tell her, "Hey, you need to do this." And I don't like giving orders to people. And it was just like very toxic or whatever. And then long story short, like we had a little like I went on this whole journey trying to focus on myself because we weren't consistent with the podcast. So I'm just like, let me just focus on myself, focusing on my mental health. And like I literally was like, you know what? We just need to stop doing this. We're not consistent. I felt like I was doing all the work for the most part. And yeah, we just let it go. And that's how we let it go. It
Mm.
was fun while it lasted, you know. The photo shoots was fun. Like, you know, a lot of people liked us, you know, they loved the name. She kind of got a little attitude because I asked her if I can take over the name of the podcast, because it's like ain't like you was doing a lot of work, ain't like you was passionate. I didn't feel like she was as passionate as me about the podcast. So she was like, no, you know, I came up with the name. And then she kind of threw the fact that the LLC is under her name.
Mhm.
But you guys literally got the LLC and said that we were all equally partners. So now it's like the LLC is yours. Everything is the podcast is yours. That's why you got to watch who you do business with, because when shit hits the fan, people act real funny when shit hits the fan. So yeah, and that's how we ended. And then me and you connected about the podcast, and literally you hit me up right when our podcast was over with. So I was like, damn, this is so random. It all worked out. But yeah.
Yeah, I hit her up like I don't even know how long ago. Me and Tasha was supposed to do this months ago, and it was always something on me, on her end or on my end. We always just didn't for some reason. I don't even know how long that's been since I first hit you up about it. It's been a minute.
And tell the people how we met.
Uh, did, Me and Tasha we knew each other growing up in Germany. We went to the same high school in Würzburg, and we didn't really know each other then, but we kind of been friends on social media for forever. Pretty much every time somebody from Germany adds me and I see they have mutual friends and they all from Germany, I just add them because it's like everybody, even if you don't know each other, everybody in Germany is just like you seem like fam. Oh, you know this person, so okay, they could vouch for you type thing. And yeah, so me and Tasha been friends. I don't even know how long we've been friends on social media, but it's been a long time. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
So
our introductions.
so what about like, you know, do you want the people to know a little bit about, you know, your background? I guess I can tell a lot of people on my background a little bit that okay, so I live in New York. I moved to New York like back in the day, like years ago. I had a homegirl from college. She was just like, "Hey, girl, I need a roommate. I just got done fighting my roommate or whatever." She literally fought her roommate. They got into it, and I moved to New York the next week with one suitcase and a dream. So I've been in New York for like over 10 years now. So it's been a journey. It's always some type of crazy story. Like every week, you'll probably hear something crazy because shit be happening. Because when I first moved, I had to deal with the rat shit, and the rat shit was crazy, man. We was talking about rats the other day, and they are outside out here. This is their home. I feel like they had to originate up here in New York because they're so huge. They're everywhere. My first apartment, it was bad. My first apartment in New York City was $600 a month. I lived in the hood, and
Mm.
this is like best I do or die before all the gentrification. And everything was fine. I moved in, and then we start seeing these little holes in the wall, like these little this size hole in the wall. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I never seen a rat a day in my life. So I'm like, why is we getting holes? The rats was biting through the damn holes. They was biting through the holes. So we saw a mouse. So we went to the bodega and we got some traps. We set 3 traps up. We left for like 10 minutes, came back. We caught 3 motherfucking rats. The shit was crazy. And then it was like every week the apartment was infested. I have friends coming over, and my fucking roommate, I love her now, but she would be lying to people talking about, oh, everything is fine. We don't have shit. I was like, hey, don't put your shit on the floor. We got that shit up in here. Don't put your shit in the floor. And then one time my homegirl came to visit and she saw a rat. She was screaming. I was like, Lord, this is embarrassing as fuck.
That's
Like
embarrassing.
having rats. One time, no lie. One time, like this is when I decided to leave this apartment. So we had a big ass hole. I'm like, what the fuck? It was like huge as fuck, and we'll pack the hole. And then one thing, I saw a little bunny hop in the kitchen. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was like a little bunny hopping in the fucking kitchen. It was a fucking rat. The rat was so big. It was the rat like from Martin, that monster from Martin that Pam was fighting. I said, hell nah. I was like, this bitch need to get up out this house. So I opened the door leading to outside, like the hallway, because I was living in a brownstone, and I barricaded, like blocked off my room, and I blocked off the living room with a piece of wood
Mm-hmm.
and open the door for the rat. And like it was a rat. It was no fucking mouse. It was a rat.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed up to 2 o'clock in the morning, and that the thing hopped on out. I closed the door. I said it's time for me to leave. It was
That's
crazy.
crazy.
It was the craziest experience of the day of my life. Lord Jesus, like whew, I've been through it in New York, man. But we'll talk about it later.
I ain't
Uh,
got no brat stories. For me, I'm an army brat. My dad was in the military, moved around pretty much my whole life. Then after that, I joined the military and moved around some more. Went to basic training at Fort Benning, went to AIT at Fort Gordon because I was a 25 Bravo. So all 25 series go to Gordon. And then my first duty station was in Savannah, Georgia at Hunter Army Airfield. From there, I went to Fort Bliss, Texas. And then my last duty station, I went back to Benning, where I went to basic at, and that's where I got out the Army. I'm living in Virginia now, and I've been here for like 7 years. Yeah, it's been like 7 years. Um, and that's me. I ain't got no rat stories. I go to work and come home, um, be with my kids. My life isn't that exciting no more. I used to be out partying and all this stuff every weekend. I used to do a lot of crazy stuff on social media. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. And yeah, I play the game when I can, be at home. I'll do some editing videos because I just do that stuff as a hobby, be on Photoshop and Premiere Pro, making like little graphics and custom stuff and videos, playing a game. And after this, I'm actually supposed to be playing a game with some friends, making a video of a playthrough for Baldur's Gate. And that's my life, pretty
yeah.
much.
So you're a gamer.
I am a gamer. I'm a I'm a
You be
nerd.
fighting Pokemons and shit.
Yeah, I be playing Pokemon.
I remember you was fighting Pokemons back in the day.
Yeah, I'm a big Pokemon fan. I don't know
You
if we
never
don't
took
have
me. It ain't right. You never
Yeah,
took me
I
to
don't
go
know if we
fight the
don't have any
Pokemon.
viewers who are interested in that stuff, but I
How
mean
you know?
we might, I guess we'll have your viewers who like the stuff you like, my viewers who like the stuff I like. I like a lot of Pokemon. Pokemon Unite, Pokemon trading card game. I play online and collect cards physically. That this box behind me right here, those white boxes are full with Pokemon cards. I got Pokemon cards down there, over here. Um, Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Go, Pokemon trading card game.
You make money off of that shit selling the cards.
I don't sell nothing.
Oh, you just keep them.
I don't sell nothing. I hate resellers. I don't buy nothing to just sell it. I hate resellers. I collect a lot of stuff, Funko Pop, sneakers, and Pokemon cards. And in all three of those spaces, there are resellers, people who just buy stuff just to sell it to somebody at double, triple the price, and I hate that. And you always have those people, oh, they just hustling and that's how they making their money. And I mean, I get it, but not really. Like, because it's almost like you're extorting people. It's
Mm.
like if I go to Walmart and I buy up all the ketchup, I buy all the ketchup and then I stand by where they sell the ketchup and somebody's trying to come get some ketchup and I'm like, yo, I ain't got no more ketchup, but I got this ketchup right here, $25 a bottle. It's the same concept. Or what if people started doing that with baby formula? I wish
They
something
do
like
it with houses.
I wish something like that would happen with like the baby formula or something that people be trying to get every day. Because that's what reselling is. With houses, that's different because that's stuff that gains value over time. And like everything gains value over time. Well, most things, like even the stuff I collect right now, that's why I said I don't sell nothing. I don't be needing the money. My Pokemon cards, sneakers, Funko Pops, all that stuff over time is gonna have value, and that's possibly something I can pass on to my kids, and they will have something that
Mm.
has value. I like to buy stuff that can eventually have value. It's also stuff that's a hobby of mine, but it can gain value. A lot of people like to party, smoke, drink their money away, and they have nothing to show for it. I would always have people come to my place and be like, damn, like women, they be like, you have stuff. You have furniture and just
What?
like, yeah, like basic stuff, like a lot of, and
The
I've
woman
seen
that you met, they ain't never seen a man with furniture.
a lot of people
Oh
don't
Lord.
have a lot of stuff. A lot of men don't be having a lot of stuff. Like, cause they just fuck all their money off.
Mm.
And they don't like really be having nothing. And then they see my places like it has stuff everywhere, and they just be like super shocked. I've had a lot of women with that reaction, like, damn, you have stuff. A
What
lot of
the
men,
hell do men be spending their money on? Woman?
I know men, they
Clothes?
be they be spending money on, yeah, clothes, shoes, weed, alcohol, and trying to stunt and fuck off and then be broke in 2, 3 days after payday
Yeah,
and then
that
do it
shit
all
kind of
over
corny.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not big on that. Like
And
I
then
never been a female that's been on that. Oh, you gotta rock the latest Jordans. You gotta look like you gotta have the latest this. I'm not big on the white name brand shit. Like, you know what I mean? Well, yes, Jordan, but you know what I mean. I'm not big on labels, all that shit. But I guess dudes, they be thinking that women are. They think that all women, some women may be into that stuff, but not all women are into. They just want you to look presentable, dress nice. But you could go broke trying to oppress a female. What did rest in peace that rapper from Memphis? What did he say about you gotta focus get paid, young nigga get paid. You
Dolph,
know, yes, Dolph was saying the realest shit. First, you get the money, sir. Like, they be focused on these women. Focus on the money. Focus on the bag.
yeah, they trying to impress the women. And I just seen something actually yesterday. No, that shit was this morning, I think, on Twitter. He said, if you chasing, he said, if you chase the women, you'll go broke. But if you chase the money, the women will chase you.
What
It was something like that. Yeah.
type of shit is that?
I mean, it's true. If you chase the women, you'll go broke. If you're trying to chase after women. But if you chase money, the women will come. We see it all the
Oh,
time.
but you said the woman would chase you because I don't be chasing no man out here.
Yeah, that's what he said. The women will chase you if you
I don't
chase.
like the chase. I don't like that part, but I
But
feel I see
but
what you're trying to say.
yeah, we see it all the time. We see niggas who we know if they wasn't rich, they wouldn't have all these women.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we see it all the time. Women be chasing the niggas who's chasing the money.
But women also chase broke niggas too if they attractive. It's women out here that'll talk to a broke dude if he's good looking and shit.
Yeah, but there's most who chase niggas. We always see this conversation every day with women. They base their relationships on what can you do for me and not for love.
That is not true.
That
Oh
is
my God.
women all the
Women
girls,
are they love. Like I'm a
nigga.
hopeless romantic,
No,
but
no,
it's
these hoes don't.
also
No, they don't.
why you calling
Because
us
because
hoes?
they be you're not a hoe if that's not how you conduct yourself. But the other ones who are what can you do for me? Hoes. They not
Not
in it.
all women like that though.
I know not all no you can't say all for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
People there's always gonna be people who don't fit the description. The ones who are chasing the niggas just solely on what can you do for me? We see the conversations all the time. Oh, you trying to talk to me? You got to pay a bill. Stuff like that.
Mm.
You not.
That's that she don't like to do like that. That's some immaturity.
That's what I'm saying. That women are. That's like the thing now. If you
That's
can't,
not the thing. That's the thing
that's
on social media.
that's
Social
that's
media makes
women.
shit. No, that's
That's in
not
real
women in
life.
general. No, is that the
That's
woman that you have dated?
no. It's not the women I
So
have
it's not
now.
the woman in general. That's what
That
social
is
media glamorizes. That's what social media they like the shock value. They like shit. Not every
no.
like I don't have friends that are like that, to be quite honest.
That don't mean that they don't exist though.
I'm
They're
not
out
saying that
there.
they don't exist. I'm saying that it's is women out there, but it's not. That's just social media. I just feel like social media be lying. Like people see one thing and it'll be blown up out of proportion. They'll be like, oh well, fuck these hoes, these women, this and that. Like,
I
that's
see.
just what you saw,
I see
like from
that.
a 20-year-old. Like when you was a
No,
kid,
I don't
think
see that
about
for
it.
just 20-year-olds.
But well, think about it. When we go back to when we were young, in our early 20s, teens, or whatever, we were saying a lot of dumb shit. Like we'll just say dumb shit and not even think about it. But now that we're older in our 30s, it's just more like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Was I thinking? I feel like a lot of times we need to give grace to young people. Like when I see people online, like I was looking at the pop the balloon shit. And like the people are so mad at these 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds for saying dumb shit. Be like, oh, well, I don't like how he dresses. Or even the guys, the little 20-year-old, usually it's older man, but it makes no sense to me. But if it's a younger guy, he says, oh, well, I don't like how she dresses or whatever. They're young. You know what I mean? Like
It'd be
we were
old
all
people too.
dumb, young and dumb.
It'd be
If you're
old people
older,
too. It'd
well,
be old people too.
if you're older, you should know better. I just feel like you should know better, or maybe your level of maturity is not where
It,
it's
it
where it's at.
ain't. And that's the majority. It's not. I be seeing a lot of posts and I be reading a lot of comments. And that's something I've actually been wanting to do, making content, just going through posts and reading comments, because they be ridiculous. And it be people of all ages.
But
Like, they people are dumb. And it's not just a young thing.
some people are slow though. Like I was watching
That's what I'm
a
saying.
video. This dude talking about he was like Facebook was so much better when it was only college kids or whatever, college people, because he was like, now we're online with people that a lot that were probably in the slow classes, and he was just like, it's so many people that are like really slow, that be saying dumbass shit, and we arguing with slow people makes no damn sense, and it's
You
the
proving
truth.
my point. That's what the shit I'm saying.
Yeah, and it's
You
okay. I
proving my
mean,
point.
I just can't be, not everybody like that. I'm not proving your point because I'm
You
saying
are
that
proving my
not
point.
everyone is
Motherfuckers is dumb.
slow.
Motherfuckers, most women, the majority,
Most women,
most women is what can you do for me?
that is not true.
Most women is what can you do
No,
for me?
that's not true.
Yes, it is.
Have you dated most women in the world? That's like me saying
No,
most
I
niggas
haven't.
is,
I
that's like me
haven't.
saying most niggas is
Guess what?
criminals.
Most women have pussies. And guess what? I haven't dated all the women in the world to know that. I could know stuff.
That is not true though, because you're making
Most women don't have pussies.
that is, but I'm saying
Okay,
that
I ain't dated them, so how do
no,
I know that?
no, it's not true. You're making based off of what you see on social media. You're making like a generalized statement. It's not fucking true. Like you know what I mean? Like if I look at my college friends, if I look at my friends that's not college, they would not. It's not. Oh well, when it comes to money, I just feel like women. It's just naturally that women want a provider. Like that's the whole world. Like everything has been male controlled in the entire world. And if you look at the history behind every single thing and how men, women didn't have any rights, women couldn't work, it was all these things or whatever. Black women in particular, we were after the civil rights movement, our families were separated because, we were our racism, innocent black man was going to prison after Martin Luther King died. The rich left the poor, to where it was our communities got poor because of the black people that were rich never looked back to help and bring those people back up. It was a lot of issues that caused black women to be single parents focused on survival. Even though we were focused on survival, we still had these sets of values that has been ingrained since the beginning of the time that men are the providers. That doesn't mean that we don't want love, but we also want a man to be like this. Because think about it. If you was raised a certain way, say you were raised like that and then believe in a certain religion, right? Hindu or whatever. You believe in a certain religion. You would think if you met somebody else that didn't believe in your religion, you would be like, okay, well, I can't date you because this is how I was raised. And it's the same thing when it comes to money and all that stuff. It's not that we don't want love. It's just that we want a dude that can provide and take care of the family because we have been conditioned since the beginning of time. That's what a man's role has been. Stay
Mm,
woke.
no, I'm gonna disagree. So yeah, you can want that. There's a difference between wanting a certain type of relationship and then presenting yourself as you want to talk to me, you have to pay a bill. That's crazy.
That's not all
Like
women, bro. I ain't
that's
never
most
said that
women.
shit.
To
It's
like
women. I
I
have never
gotta
said that
pay.
to a man a day of my life.
I said that's most women. I'm not saying
It's not
you.
true though.
I
That's
didn't
not
say you.
true.
I didn't say
Women don't.
Tasha.
The
I didn't
people
say
gonna look at this video. They gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
no.
Like they
Women,
gonna look
no,
like,
women are gonna come and defend what I'm saying
"No, they're not."
as truth.
They know
Yeah,
these women. Well, the woman that's
no, I
gonna
don't
defend is
know.
ratchet as fuck
No,
because
I
I
be
don't.
seeing it on Facebook. I be
That's your Facebook friends is ratchet because none
they
of my
be they
Facebook
be
friends be
not they
saying
don't
shit
be
like
my
that.
Facebook friends. It be posts talking about
It could be fake posts. People do everything for
no,
the
they ain't no
the
fake
value,
posts.
the shock value.
Nah, these is real bitches with real takes. Now you present yourself like no, you
In
present
real world,
yourself.
they not talking to niggas that's paying a bill. Let's keep it real.
They not. And that's why they single. I always say that. That's why most of you hoes single baby mamas now. Cause
That's not true
y'all present
though.
yourself like this. You sound like a bill, and nobody likes bills. You already approaching me on, oh, you want to take me out? You need
But you never been approached like that. So how can you make that
what you
statement?
mean?
I can see if you was dating a girl and a girl, well, you first met a girl and the girl was like, "Hey, I need you to pay my cell phone bill." I can see, but you never had that situation. So how can you
I've
say,
had women ask me for money when I first start talking to them, and as soon as that
are you
happens,
having sex with them?
no, I'm not.
So just when you first
Yeah,
met a girl, she asked for you for money.
when we first start talking, they saying how they need something paid for. And I stopped talking to them. I'm just thinking like, damn, like, what would you have done if you hadn't met me? Like, if we hadn't just started talking, like, that's just, I mean, how would you feel if you just start talking to a nigga and he talking
They
about,
do. Men
okay,
do. That's what, but
exactly.
I'm not saying all men are like that. Like, cause
There's a
if I was stereotyping women based off of based off of what you're saying about women, I would be like, oh well, all black men are criminals. All black men abuse black women. I would be saying shit like that. Oh, the majority of y'all are abusers.
the
But
majority of these niggas do. We see all the time women getting killed over a dumbass nigga. That's the thing. I'm not gonna argue with you on that because I see it all the time, and it be something that don't need to be a life don't need to be taken over. It just be hurt niggas who get they feelings hurt or doing some shit they ain't supposed to be doing and a woman trying to leave. I ain't gonna argue with you with that because I see it all the time.
Where we
So
get why how we get on this damn
I
tangent?
don't know, but my point is bitches be looking for love or they be looking for relationships in the wrong places. You're approaching me
Well,
as if
y'all,
you're got
well,
to be a
men do
bill.
too then. So men,
You're
y'all
approaching
are
me as a
going
bill.
after, but you're going after those women that see you as a fucking building. Maybe you should go after the other woman, but y'all be
We won't
having,
know.
well,
We won't know because I know I ain't going after women who look like, oh, she look like she gonna ask me for some money and then she still ends up doing it. I'm not looking for those bitches. You just never know until you know.
then how do y'all blame women for like good women that be in bad relationships then? And y'all be like, oh well, you chose this dude or whatever. You that's your type. You going for the dudes that are bad. We don't know. We don't know either. We don't know that a dude is bad until we actually
I don't
get to know
understand.
him.
I don't understand how most of y'all don't know certain certain niggas is like fuck niggas, like
I know that some women is gold diggers.
like the drug dealers and shit like that
Well, nobody,
who
I don't go
promote
after
who
drug dealers,
promote guns.
bro.
But I'm saying not you. You
Women
gotta
is
quit.
like you
You gotta quit.
stereotyping women, bro. Like I'm an
No,
educated black
you
woman,
gotta
and none
quit.
of my educated black homegirls and anybody that I meet is educated. It's
That-
not
That's
going after no fucking drug dealer unless you 20
that's
years
you.
old,
That's you.
22,
That's
20
you
years
in
old.
that's you in your crowd. Nothing that I'm saying is specific to you. Every time I say something, you say I. Nothing I'm saying is specific to you. That's you and that's your crowd. Y'all carry yourselves a different way. That's not everybody. There's a lot of friend groups that carry themselves
That
the
may be
same
a
way.
small percentage.
It's definitely not because we're seeing the rate of divorce of single baby mamas. It's not
But do you
it's
think
higher
that
percentage than not.
no, but we seeing single baby mothers. Do you feel like it's because black men are not trying to marry black women or not trying to get married at all? Is
I'm
that a
I'm
reason?
I'm sure it's the man's fault. But what I'm saying is I don't understand how the women can't like see like he's probably not the person that I should be trying to have sex with, make a family, be with because to be honest, a lot of the bad guys be getting picked over the good guys are overlooked.
What good guys? I
But
be feeling like a
I
lot of
know a lot
guys
of
that
niggas
say that
who
don't
are
be good
corny,
guys.
corny
That's not
squares,
true. They be the
nerds
worst ones.
who get picked over
That's not
for
true.
the for
Is
the,
there a
for
reason
the
why they're not picked though? Is there a reason why they're not picked? It's several different
because they
reasons.
different. They
That's
different.
not true. That's not true. Because they be the worst ones, bro. I'm
Mm.
telling you, be the worst ones.
I can't tell you because I don't be dating niggas, so I guess you can speak on that more. So
Yeah,
I
I
you
just don't
got
like
it.
when people make those statements because it's like, me growing up, I wasn't like, like the popular. I was a little nerdy. I was in band. I was in all these activities, and the dudes wasn't checking for me growing up. So it's like, and I used to like the nerdy niggas. They wasn't checking for me growing up. So it's just like I don't like that stereotype that women don't like the nerdy dudes. Y'all don't. The nerdy niggas ain't checking for the nerdy woman. Y'all want Laura's and y'all don't want fucking Myra's up in this bitch. Not saying all, but I'm just saying most of the nerdy niggas.
That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying all either when I was talking about women, but you kept I ain't fight with you on that. You said most. I ain't say no.
It's
That's
a
the ones
small
that's the
percentage
ones that you
because the
going after.
majority of black women are educated, right?
That's
We
just the ones
gotta.
you
So I
going
feel
after.
like that's a small percentage of people that it's just like saying pay a bill. Like that's a small percentage because if you're an educated black woman, you got a career, you got your own. Why would you be going up to a man? It's first of all, life is a struggle. People out here struggling, don't have no money. So like I feel like people that maybe don't have the money, the finances, don't have the careers, they are probably going and talking to the man like that. Or they're the young girls. Like I just don't understand y'all. It's the young girls. Like give them grace. They
Stop
kids.
blaming everything on the young people like they ain't old dumb people. Older
They give
dumb
them
people.
grace. Give them grace.
No,
They're young.
they're
They haven't
not. It's
experienced
not
life.
just the young people. It's the old niggas too. It's the young people who keep that same mindset and they get older and they have the same mindset and don't grow. I know a lot of niggas who ain't grown, who ain't did nothing with their life, who's still in the same place that they was in their life 10, 15 years ago. I'm sure you do too. They never move outside their city. They don't know nothing else but they little city or town. They don't progress or nothing in life. They the same person they was when they was 18. It's the young niggas who still grow up with the same mindset. Stop blaming it on just the young niggas. It's old, dumb people too. Well, yeah. Women gonna call me sassy because I have an opinion different from a woman's. Every time a man has a different opinion than a woman's, he's sassy.
That's a lie. Cause
Nah.
you would being a little
Every,
sassy right now. That's a lie.
every, every time a man says something to a woman,
That's not
arguing
true.
a conversation,
Arguing is definitely sassy.
arguing a conversation, dialogue,
No,
difference of
it's a difference
opinion,
between arguing and having a different opinion.
difference of opinions.
No.
He's sassy.
Cause you do you do have a little bit of sassy tendency. Not saying that you're sassy.
I'm passionate in what I'm talking about, but we
If
it's
you
like
arguing and you throwing shade to a female, that can be sassy.
we niggas learn new words and shit, and then everybody says it, and it's like a all
No, women
the
been saying
time.
it's sassy for a long time.
It'd be like an all the time thing. Like we're in the sassy age right now, but somebody could say something, and then it's just like everything is that. Like every single thing. Like niggas just learn new words and they hear other people say it. They don't want to feel left out. So it's like when thought was around and people was saying thought about every single thing. Just this made up word that we made up. Nobody wanted to feel left out and everything was thought. Oh, that's shit, that's thoughty activity and thought, everything. Every time a woman did something, thought. It's the same thing. Niggas learn new words and Delulu. That was a thing for a little
So
bit.
you don't feel like men can be sassy?
No, I don't. A man can have an opinion different from a
You
woman.
don't think that men can be sassy and they can act like a female in terms of like
What is acting like
that
a
female
female?
arguing, going back and forth and
Arguing
shit
and
with
going
a
back and
woman?
forth.
Do you feel like sassiness is tied into masculinity? That's
How
what
was
it's
arguing
tied
and going
into,
back and forth?
femininity and masculinity.
No, I don't think it. Arguing and going back and forth, nigga. Me and my friends do it all the time in the group chat. We're always debating something. They talking about boxing, rapping, fighting, video games.
It's a difference
E-
between debating. It's a totally different.
ESPN. We do the same shit that we do with women. ESPN. They holler,
So
fight.
you debate with a woman with ESPN,
No, I'm saying on ESPN, niggas go back and forth. And sometimes women too, because they be having women on them shows. And they go back and forth.
but that's
And
different.
now
That's a topic. That's not
he's
when you become
where,
disrespectful and you
where
calling a woman all kind of names. Like it's a difference.
niggas get their name called too. I go back and forth and I call niggas names, niggas call me names. Now we're being sassy and it's two men.
Yeah, y'all sassy towards each other, yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
If you get that
That's what I'm
rallied up
saying.
and you calling
Everything
people out their
is
name,
sassy. That's what I'm saying. Everything be sassy to a woman. That's all I'm saying. Like men can't be passionate
you can
about
be
nothing,
passionate without being disrespectful.
but women can be disrespectful and that's okay.
No, it's not okay. I never said it was okay.
What is the women? Is the women sassy and that's okay because they women? So
They argumentative.
they just get the pass because they're women?
No, they're argumentative.
So what do you mean sassy is like a woman thing then? Because women can do it right and it's okay, right?
No, it's when women traits, like how women we go off at each other and we throw digs at each other. If a man is doing that, you're imitating what a woman do to each other. I mean, you can have debates.
Talking about a
You can
nigga.
we can have we're having
Yeah,
a conversation right now. We're going back and forth. You're
people
not
talking
being
about
sassy with me
people
right
talking
now.
about people.
But when
That's all the time.
if you threw a dig and start talking about, oh well, that's why you don't have a man or whatever, that's sassy. Because
Mm-hmm.
why do you need to throw a dig? You know what I mean? Why can't you have a conversation?
People
You agree, I disagree, and
you
keep it
trying to
like
get on their
that.
motherfucking skin.
That's sassy.
I just watched it in UFC. The press conference when they sit on the panel and they talk about each other, they trying to get under people's skin. That's the,
You try to get under a woman's skin though? Like woman,
it's
you
not
don't like women
everything ain't gotta be
are
specific
like
to
a
women.
woman. It's
Oh
like
well, what
what type of
bitches ain't
value
no
do you
bitches
place a woman?
women are
Like,
the what are you talking about?
because man, that's their own shit. Like woman,
Women are not above getting talked about. if somebody is talking about my son and it's a woman, my son can't say nothing or defend himself or say something back to her
Yeah.
because she's a girl. So
Yes,
women
but I'm
can
saying that when you
so
become
women,
disrespectful,
but she's being disrespectful.
I'm
Instead,
not saying that she has the right to be disrespectful. It's sassy when you want to cut digs. When a girl, like for instance, this is the prime example, right? Me and this dude, it was a while ago. This was a couple of years ago. So I was talking to this dude, and he was from Trinidad, right? And he was talking shit about Black American women and all this shit, but yet trying to talk to me. It makes no sense. I'm a Black American woman, but you're talking shit about Black Americans, right? So like, and you're not fucking American. So it's like, how can you create he had all these stereotypes in his head or whatever that Black people were this and he was saying Black people lazy and all this shit and all this crap. So when I literally came at him, and I wasn't even disrespectful, I came at him with some statistics because, I graduated from the school of journalism back in the day, right? So like when people come at me with shit, I always bring stats to it. So the dude got like all like extra rallied up and mad and started being disrespectful and cursing at me and doing all this other shit. That's sassy to me. It's like, sir, like you can't debate me and like how we're talking and going back and forth. You're getting upset because you're probably not that intelligent. So now you want to talk shit and cuss and all this shit. So that's sassy. That's my definition of sassy.
I say that sometimes on posts where I'm debating with somebody about a topic, and then they start talking about me personally. I just look at it as you lost the argument now. You can't even where we was talking about a subject, now you're talking about me specifically, and you don't know how to articulate or argue your point no more. So now you're just talking about me. I won. I never think of it as sassy. I just think of it as you're not that intelligent on the subject. You ran out of shit to talk about. You don't know how to defend yourself no more because the shit you're saying sounds crazy. So
I think you don't understand
you just
because you're a
lost it.
man. You're
Yeah,
a man. You don't
you just
understand
lost
where
the
us
argument at that
women,
point. That's
you
all I
don't
look at it as. You just
you
lost the argument at that point.
you don't understand what us women go through. Like if we don't agree with something and we can, a lot of us women are really smart. I'm gonna be real. We're really intelligent. So dudes have talked shit about, like I had dudes talk about my titties and like they got mad at me saying something with making a great point and they start like, oh well, that's why your titties are saggy. Who cares? What straight man really cares if a bitch titties are saggy? Like they're natural. They are supposed to have a little sag to them. You know what I mean? It's just like that's sassiness. So now you're talking about my appearance because you're upset with this topic at hand. It's corny.
Mm.
And dudes do that all the time to women. And it's like, because they know that, bodies and images and how we look is very sensitive to us or whatever, just in general, because society has put so much emphasis on how women look and all this. So dudes always try to use that to try to cut at a female. It's like you can't use your brain and debate on the actual subject, but now you want to talk about how I look. Or even talking about people, children having kids. Like that's sassy. Like if that's not the topic at hand, why are you bringing the fact that the girl is a baby mama or this? It's like it's sassy.
I,
Why you laughing at shit?
because I say that.
I mean, you got some sassy ways then. Like maybe you and going forward, to stick to the subject at hand and stop trying to bash the woman.
No,
Like
I
it makes
bet
no sense to me.
I take the conversation elsewhere when somebody else does. That's when I start going on your Facebook and looking up pictures and RIP posts and stuff
That's
like that.
sassy, bro. So do you
I don't give
feel
a fuck.
like
I don't care. I didn't
maybe
take it
you just
there.
that type of
I
man?
didn't take
Because
it there. You took it there. You can't get mad at how I react. Oh well, shouldn't have
I
took it
think
there.
it's, I think it's like because I think also sassy comes to the point where like women, when we think of what a manly or a masculine man is, we don't think of a masculine man going back and forth with a female. Like when I look at my daddy is like the type of dad that is not. he's not about to be arguing with a woman. Like he's gonna be like, okay, and like he'll get his point across, and then he'd be like, okay, and then he leaves. Like, and I think that's where the whole sassiness comes from. Like, if you're going back and forth, why do you feel the need to argue? Like, it's different. Like I said, it's a debate, but when you know it's getting heated and people are getting upset, why? It's like you're adding flame to the fire. And as a man, why would a man want to do that? It's kind of, I mean, I'm not saying that it's right for a woman to want to go back and forth and being all this extra and shit or whatever, but it's just like, as a man, come on now.
Nah, I don't agree.
Y'all are supposed to be leaders in
Oh
society,
well,
and you're leading by
and you're
arguing
supposed
with
to
a
carry
woman.
and you're supposed to carry yourself a certain way as a woman, right?
Yeah, everybody is supposed to carry
Okay,
themselves how they
okay
are.
then. So why don't the women get the
But
same backlash?
we're not, it's
Men are
not
supposed to
about a tit for tat. You're
you
titting and
it's
tatting,
don't
sir.
tit, and you ain't got to worry about getting
You're
tagged.
titting. So at the end of the day, it's like two rights don't make a wrong.
Don't don't do nothing wrong then for the second right
You're
to
still going to be sassy. I don't care.
don't do nothing wrong for the second wrong to happen. It's cause and effect. I mean, it's simple. You keep saying how a man should carry themselves. There's ways women should carry
Yeah, I
themselves
mean,
too. And
I'm
when
not objecting to that at
and
all. But I'm saying we're talking about what sassiness is. That's the whole conversation. And I explained to you, I gave you some examples. Like we can talk about women too. We can talk about that on the next show. We can talk about what women shouldn't do. But right now, the whole topic has been about sassy because you're the one that brought the shit up about what sassiness is.
women can do whatever they want because they're women, and men because they're men, and they supposed to be a certain way. They just gotta brush it off. Now, this is what I was talking to about niggas at work who are all men. When you keep brushing shit off, they're gonna keep doing this shit. You keep letting women do whatever they want, say whatever they want to guys, and the guys don't do nothing because they're men and they're supposed to carry themselves a certain way. There's gonna be a whole lot of ugly women walking around doing a whole bunch of ugly things just because oh they men and they ain't supposed to do nothing anyway. It's like all these niggas at work that I have problems with. I say something every time because if I don't, they oh I could talk to him like that. I could do whatever you
But you
want.
don't have to talk to those people. At the end of the
I,
day, like
I do have to
maturity
talk to them
and
people
growth.
I'm working with them, and
Okay, that's different.
they
Work
gonna
and real.
understand I'm not that person.
You could quit your job too if it.
I'm not stopping. I'm not quitting my job and stop taking care of my family because another person don't know how to talk to me. That how does that sound?
But you're trying
I could
to,
just quit
first
my
of all,
job.
you're trying to
I got bills
correlate
and I
this
got
with,
kids.
you're trying to correlate a job to
No,
random
this is
strangers
why I'm
and
correlating.
arguing with people on the internet.
This is why
It's
I'm
not the same
correlating.
thing. You don't have to argue with them. You don't know these people from a can of paint. If
This is
they're
why
your
I'm
friend
correlating.
and you feel like your friend, say you're arguing with a female on social media and you feel like she's your friend and she's up there taking it there to the next level, you don't have to be friends with her anymore. Like a lot of people out here are not emotionally mature, and we don't have to be friends with people or even talk to people. And I have the same issue. I go back and forth with strangers online for saying dumbass shit. But at the end of the day, it's my choice. I don't have to do that. I'm making an immature decision going off on strangers for saying dumbass shit.
All right.
Stay woke. Stay woke. Okay, so now we talked about this shit. That's just, we're gonna close it out. So this is a segment where we're gonna pour it up or bless our hearts. So we're gonna pour it up to like things that we feel like, just basically in current news that we feel like is good, yayo, or just giving quick shout outs. And then we're gonna bless our heart to shit that we feel like is a hot ass mess that we just like, oh, that's a southern saying, like bless your heart. So a quick shout out. I don't know if you got shout outs that you want to give. For me, I want to give a shout out to my boo JT, and I love her. She's a rapper. Everybody know JT. She's a rapper out of Miami. I'm back to actually see her in 2 weeks, so I'll do a recap on like how it was meeting JT. I'm going to one of her concerts or whatever, and I'm trying to give her one of my hats from my hat line. So we shall see, and I'll do a little recap on that. And actually, a lot of people haven't really been like listening to her album, but I feel like her album is good. She's not up there talking about dropping like it's hot, twerking and shit like that. She talking about some real shit. She was talking about her mama being on drugs and shit. She was talking about some real shit on that. So I just want to give a shout out to her. Shout out to like also Lotto. I haven't listened to her album, but I heard it's decent. It's good. So shout out to the Southern Bells. And then I also want to give a shout out and we'll just talk about the life of a rapper that just passed away, Beat King, and like a Texas legend, you know, all the twerk songs that, you know, us Texas people used to do, even Atlanta, because I went to Atlanta, they was playing his song last year, and they really fucked with him a couple of years ago too when he got on the map. So I don't know if you had any memories with listening to his
Yeah,
songs.
I lived in Texas a lot. Back when I was going to the club, it was in Texas, and B King was played a lot. Um, yeah, we ain't got enough time for that. Yeah, I seen
Wow,
somebody
you got
make.
some memories?
No, I just seen a girl make a post yesterday about B King saying, talking about he telling him to grow up, like he was 40, rapping and stuff about what he was rapping about. And I'm just like,
Mm.
there's women, we black women are, what's the word I want to use?
Don't be up there trying to talk shit about black women now,
I mean, it's
or just
reality.
women in general.
No, it's black women. It's
Okay.
reality with these reality TV shows who be
Hmm.
40
Okay.
and
It's not
doing,
just black women. It's white women.
it's mostly black women.
No, it's not.
We
You
can
watch
name,
Bravo.
I don't
Bravo is
want,
all. It's only two black people. I mean, two black groups
well,
on Bravo,
I
and the
can
rest are
name,
all white.
we can name like 10 black shows that's majority black women cast.
We can talk
Where,
about majority white cast too. You're
okay,
not a
still, well, listen,
okay.
black and white then,
Okay.
and they be 40.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the stuff that the content they be making and stuff like that. So just to talk about Beat King, but you don't talk about all these other reality shows that you watch where they be older in age and immature. Like what I was talking about earlier, it's not just the young people; it be older people too. They be
Mm-hmm.
older in age and immature. When you're not talking about that, but you talking about him and what he was rapping about. And listen, what is all these rappers rapping about? Like it'd be like the same type of shit. So
Right.
that was just crazy for her to say, "Oh, he need to grow up." He was 40, rapping about stuff like that. That's rap,
Yeah. Rap music gonna be talking about
and
shit, but he was a fun rapper.
it's crossed over into other things like reality TV, where these motherfuckers 40, 50, and bickering and just doing little shit, and that's just the whole plot of the show of just
Right.
drama. It's just drama, and they 40, but you're not saying nothing about that, and you
You
watch.
told her that?
Yes, I told no. I ain't tell her that. No, I'm not that exposed. Yes, I told her that. But you know what that was also? Me saying that? It was sassy for me to even say that. It
You funny.
was even sassy for me to say that. So yeah, I told her that.
But
Like it's just
anyway.
crazy.
Anyway, anything else you want to give a shout out to?
Um, nah, I don't think so.
All right. So bless your heart. I know you wanted to bless your heart to this individual.
I ain't looking at the page right now.
Noah Lies. Noah
Oh,
Lyles. What fuck? The
yeah,
Olympian, the
yeah,
gold
yeah,
medalist.
Noah lies. I was rooting for him.
Me
I was
too, because
root-
he had a dark skinned girlfriend. That's why, it is what it is.
I was rooting for him. He's cocky. I like that. I feel like I'm cocky myself. You can talk shit and you can back it up, then that's what it is. If you can't do nothing about it, then oh well. Somebody gonna have to shut me up. I thought he was gonna win that race because the 200 is his race. He crossed over to the 100 because he wanted to be 100 and 200. So he did win the 100, but everybody knows 200 was his thing. He won the 100, lost the 200, then said he had COVID right after that.
He did. He had that shit.
He ain't have it. And this is somebody who was a Noah Lyles fan and who wanted him to win. Right before that, he doing all this hopping, jumping, running around when they called him out. 20 seconds later, he about to die. He crawling on the floor.
Because he was
Uh,
running fast. He was
and guess
running. He
what?
was out of breath.
Guess
He was
what he
like
did?
there.
Guess what he did 2 days ago? He ran fast. Now, if he would have won the 100 and been like, yo, I won this and I have COVID right now, then if he would have said, or when he would have lost, it wouldn't even have needed to be said like, oh, he did say, he had COVID.
Mm.
Then he should have said that then it would have been a little bit more believable. You did it like that, then you didn't go to the press conference, then you backed out of the relay race. You look like a sore loser. You look like and it's as simple as that. You just look like a sore loser. Oh, I got COVID now. Why you ain't been said that? You could have said that after you won the last race. Look, yo, I beat these niggas while having COVID. Because then
Mm.
it wouldn't have really been questioned like that. And you already know everybody want you to lose because the thing that you said about the NBA players, which made sense, but niggas are dumb.
You believe what you was on his side with the NBA player shit?
Yes. I mean, what he said wasn't wrong. Just people just got their feelings hurt and they not listening to what he said. And I've always felt like that's why I agreed with it so much when he said it. Because I always thought that they win the NBA championship, they hats and they shirts say world champions. And I used to think the same thing in baseball with the World Series. It's called the World Series, but it's only in the United States. NBA champions, but it's only in the United States. That's like having a tournament in New York, a basketball tournament. The champions win. They say we the nation's capital. You're not the champions, or they say we're the nation's champions. You're not the champions of the nation when it was only in New York. You're not the United States champion. You're the New York champions. You can't have a competition in the United States and call yourself the world champions. That's all he was saying, and I don't know why that doesn't make sense to most people. It's that simple. You
Mm.
can't call yourself the world champions, and the shit was only in the United States. The
So do
Boston
you,
Celtics, who just won, they're not the world champions. They are the NBA champions that was held in the United States. I don't understand how people don't understand that.
But
What he said
what
was
about his
true.
comments afterwards when like after talking about like deals and how like he should get like track stars should get deals. I think he was talking about
I
all
don't
over.
see nothing wrong with that. He wants something better for him. What is the issue with that?
They felt like he was hating on like looking down on other
No,
athletes
he
and
wasn't
talking
hating.
shit about other athletes trying to
No,
lift him up on like, hey, I should get this, but these other
no,
athletes don't like, them niggas don't need to be in this shit. They ain't even winning games and shit.
exactly. He's saying this all he said actually. Y'all invited me to something to give this person a shoe. This person who hasn't won anything, y'all invited me to an event to promote his shoe, and y'all haven't given me a shoe, somebody who has won things. Y'all can see that for him. How come y'all can't see that for me? That's all he was saying. It wasn't like
You
it don't
don't feel
matter.
like he was hating on a nigga, like trying to like
No,
push
he
him
just
down to make himself appear better? Cause
I
that's
don't think
how a lot of
so.
niggas, a lot of ESPN people. I was on Bleacher Report. They don't fuck with that nigga.
I don't think so. It's like what I something I kind of was dealing with at work. I was doing a lot of stuff at work, standing out, making videos, tutorial videos, helping people, doing more on my shift, other people not doing stuff on their shift, and then it's falling over to me. And I don't think that's fair. And I went to my boss and I'm like, look, these are all the things that I'm doing. This is everything that's going on. This is what these people aren't doing, and it's falling on me. And I
Mm.
said, look, I said, I don't know if you do the bonuses, if your boss do the bonuses, if my boss's boss do the bonuses, but I said, I'm going to be upset if the bonuses come out, not the bonuses, the raises. If the raises come out and we all get the same raise, all that's going to tell me is I can do the bare minimum like them.
You
And
told your boss that?
yes,
Oh, your ass is blunt as fuck.
I said all that's going to tell me is
Some of they
I can
bare
do the
minimum.
bare minimum like them because at the end of the day, we're all going to get the same raise. And he was like, no, it's not going to be like that. I used to hate when they do that and this and that. Guess what? We all got the same fucking raise. And what I was saying, this isn't me trying to tell on people or nothing like that or bring somebody else down. It's like, I've done this, I'm doing this. How come I can't get this? It's kind of
Mm,
like what Noah was saying. I do this, I've done this. How come you can't see that for me?
right.
I mean, I get it. I don't think he was. trying to shit on somebody to boost himself up. He's like, yo, have you not been seeing what I'm doing? Because that's what I was telling my boss. How you, and then that's why I stopped doing a lot of stuff. I was like, hold on, because let me see what this raise is gonna do. I'm doing all this extra shit, and we might get the same raise. Come to find out, everybody got the same damn raise, and I'm like, I just did all this extra shit for nothing. I could just do the
Wow.
bare minimum like them now, because at the end of the day, they don't value me any more than anybody else, even though I'm doing more. So why am I trying to break my back for this company, and they don't even value me like that? Why am I coming to this event to help promote this nigga shoe, and they don't even see that for me? And I've done all these things.
Mm.
That's what he was saying. Or that's how I
So
see it.
so after faking his COVID and his statements before that you did agree with, so now do you look at him a different light?
He is a sore loser. I don't that still don't mean that he not fast as fuck. He just don't know how to talk shit. You can't talk shit, carry yourself a certain way, and then don't expect a backlash. Cause you know niggas is hating. You know all the NBA niggas was already watching you closely, hoping you would lose. Like the nigga in my group chat who's like, yo, you see Noah, because he lost some of his qualifying heats, his other heats, but he was still qualifying. He just wasn't getting first. And all them NBA niggas, they would had a close eye on him, and he knew that, and he didn't live up to it. And right after that, he just couldn't take the heat. Then didn't go to the press conference because he didn't want them questions. Yo, what happened? Remember all that shit you was talking? And then he backed out of the relay race because I guess he just didn't want to be seen. He
Mm.
just a sore loser. I don't think that's all I think about him.
So this pretty much wraps us up. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I'm just going to end it on a positive note. It's okay to agree and disagree on different topics, and that does not make you sassy. Alrighty, well, stay tuned for our next episode. Peace out, y'all.
Bye. See y'all next time.
Damn, that was so fucking dry.
I'm
You was
sorry.
dry as fuck. Niggas gonna be like, this nigga so fucking dry.
I think niggas will agree with me. They'll like my personality.
You think so?
Yeah, he's the nigga that he's the voice of I'm Kevin Samuels 2.0.
Oh, fuck that nigga. I did not like that nigga at all.
That
For real, he was corny as fuck.
nigga was speaking facts.
Nah, he was getting money off of black women. Like black
People
women have it
people
the hardest.
people was
No,
saying that, but was
no.
clicking other stuff, and then he cannot help that the majority of his callers were black women. He can't
No,
help that.
before when he first started off, it was with men. But he said he had a statement saying how he would make more money doing women because black women are the number one buyers of self-help books, of all this stuff, you know. And the reality is it's like people be like, oh, you're single because of this. No, we're single. It's a lot of factors to why black women are single. It's just not enough black men for us. Like when you cancel the black man in prison, the black men are the gay. It's so many different factors. The black men that may live below the
Prison,
poverty line.
prison
It's just
dead
not
and
a
dead.
lot of options. It's very difficult. So it's like when even if all it was all straight black men, black women still outnumber black men. So it's reasonings behind why black women are single. It's not just us, us, us. So a lot of these influencers that are all about these love experts, like all of them, they know, even man and woman, they know that's how to get money because that's something that is vulnerable to black women because we want love. So despite what you were saying about, oh, well, black women out here, y'all just care about money. No, that is not true because if
Facts.
we cared about just money, we wouldn't like it wouldn't be so many people that we read these books and shit on how to get a husband, on what we can do. Black women going to therapy. They up there trying to heal. They trying to do all this shit to meditate and go on a retreats to become a better woman to get a husband when the reality is just not enough. It's just not enough. So, I felt like he knew that. He knew something that was vulnerable towards us. And it's one way for saying your opinion to a woman, but it's another way when he was so rude and disrespectful. Society already beats down the black woman. Like we're the least respected. Malcolm X said this shit. We're people talk, we're a double minority, not just black, but we're also a woman. And we're at the bottom of the totem pole, right? So if we're already getting beat down with life in general, it's like terrible for a black man to beat us down. You can say things in a different way. You don't have to be cussing out a woman, calling her bitches, calling her everything but a child of God. You can speak to her in a more respectable manner and get through to her. But you can also uplift her as well as like give constructive criticism by uplifting her, but also telling her your opinion and what's real to you without being disrespectful. And that's why I didn't like that nigga. I'm like, man, we already, it's just like the whole world always beats us down. We got black men beating us down. We got white people. It's just like we have it really bad as black women out here. That's why I fuck with him.
I
And
like
then he was lying. A lot of shit he was saying wasn't even true. Talking about niggas don't like big bitches. There's a lot of big bitches with big woman married and shit. All that shit. And always, oh, you gotta be. And then he was talking all over a certain amount of weight. First of all, sir, I'm like 200, like 200, over 220 pounds. Well, I'm not. I'm less now. I'm like 216 pounds or whatever. And I don't have no fucking problem. Shoot, finding people that's attracted to my ass
do a spin
that
for,
got careers and shit.
do a spin for the people.
Hell no.
Why?
Hell no. What the fuck?
Tasha look good.
Freak.
She's shy.
You a whole fucking freak.
How?
We
I'm
ain't,
saying
we
this
ain't
is
about to have none of these freaks. These
look
what
this,
they call them freak hoes.
look, this
We
is
ain't about to
how
have none of these freaky ass niggas.
you
We ain't
see
have none of what's his
you're not
name?
you're not thinking long term.
The Cali nigga, Kendrick Lamar, freaky
You,
ass
you
nigga.
you're not thinking long term because when I clip it and show this niggas who like women, they gonna be like, ooh, let me see what that's about. Trying to get us some subscribers and shit. You ain't worried about
Trying to
that.
let me use what I got to get what I want. You ain't trying
Yeah,
to about to pimp me out to the
man.
people. You ain't
You,
about to
you
pimp
can't do a
me.
little spin? Okay.
Absolutely not. We can make this in a teaser. We could put this in a teaser.
All
I'm classy. I ain't one of these hoes.
right.
But anyway, it's about to cut off. So
That's
how
our
do you?
positive note.
Yeah, that's our positive note.
That didn't sound too positive. Kevin Samuels bashing, but
It is what it is, sir. It is what it
okay.
is. But anyway, bye.